All right, welcome to your Intuitive Success Club. This is Abby Gooch, and I am here fresh back from Thailand and ready to help you all integrate back into your intuitive center. So I will tell you, the last couple weeks, I was a little thrown off my center. It's funny when you travel halfway across the world, how it just kind of literally throws you off your axis. But anyways, what I really did glean from it was how important it is and how to reconnect to my center. Because like I said, there's nothing like being thrown off to know how to get back on, right? So when you get thrown off a horse, you figure out how to get back on. So anyways, let's take a moment. You have the basic intuitive practice, but what I'm going to do in this video is actually break it down and slow it down into a way that you are actually feeling the energy shift as you come into contact with your guidance. So the steps that I constantly teach you, you guys hear me probably like a broken record, is to move your awareness from your head down into your heart, so those thoughts can be met with the love of your heart, and then down through your heart into your gut, to that, just through that tunnel of love is really how I see it, into your belly, your intuitive center. But what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time in each of these centers. So what I see energetically is there's like 3 orbs of light. There's one at your head, your third eye, at your heart, and right at your belly, a couple inches below your belly button. When each of these 3 lights are illuminated, you're actually channeling source. Your mind is open, your heart is pure, and your gut is aligned with your highest and best. That intuition that we have, your soul embodied, always looks out for the highest and best for everybody. So sometimes we don't always understand it because it's beyond our mind. And what happens is the light expands the closer it gets to you. So at your head, you have this little light. It's like a thought, right? And it starts coming through your body. Then when it meets your heart, it expands more because the love expands it. Then by the time you meet your belly, it expands even more because you're actually filling out the space of you with the light. You're embodying your own light. And so this has become more and more important in my life, and also in working with clients, as I'm seeing when we don't embody our own light, when we don't become that intuitive, other things can get in. Other thoughts, other people's energy. People can get physically hurt. You can get physically harmed because that light, there's like an empty space where that light should be. Okay, so we're really going to start to fill out the space of you so you can become more light, and in turn you're going to trust yourself. So when you think about the times where you've made really great decisions, you've been in your full light, you've been in your full embodiment. It's felt really good. And quite frankly, when other people say things, you probably don't really care because you're so in tune with your source light, right? And you have that consideration for them because you're following your guidance, but they don't deter you. They don't impact you because you're so full of your own love. So it's going to be a little quiet meditation because I want you to start to shift into this knowing where the neediness of another person's approval or guidance or wisdom starts to become just not necessary because you're moving into your own. Okay. So the first one, we're going to spend some time in the mind. And I also wanted to relate this really quickly to business for those of you who are in the business course. In the practical application course, you will see a chart with rings of energy around it. And the way that chart is it's similarly to what I'm telling you now, is in the very center of that is the light. There's your intuition, okay? The next ring is your emotions. So that's why I would say trust your feelings. The next ring is your physical body, okay? And then the next ring is thought, okay? So what happens is you have a thought that comes in. So there's all these different thoughts, right? So the thought comes in, that's the last ring. Then from the thought, it enters the physical body, and the body feels it. From the physical body, it moves into the emotion. And the emotion says, either keeps it or it doesn't. Okay? And then the intuition is that center. And that's where it says, this is the truth. And I'm going to live in the truth and walk in the truth and know the truth. And as I say that, I can feel my core expanding. So just to relate it to business in the chart you'll see coming up, if you haven't already seen it, is that is the way we were designed to work. At the very center of our being is the light. Our emotions are then the guidance that keep us in harmony with that. Our physical bodies embody the light. And then our thoughts and the thoughts of all the universe are around us. And we get to choose. Some of those are inspired thoughts and they come in and they resonate as truth and then we take action. Other of those thoughts are negative. There's discarnates or lower frequencies of energy, judgment, just negativity. And that gets pushed out when your light gets strong. Any choices you've made in the past gets clicked out, okay? Actually, even any choices in the future gets clicked out, because when you're in full in harmony with that light, the universe opens up to infinite possibilities. And then you move with your guidance on your soul path and everything naturally aligns. Okay, so let's do that now. All right, so make sure you have your legs uncrossed, root your tailbone. It's best if you can sit rather than stand, so you can just feel your muscles relax, so there's no effort. The only effort you're going to have is you're going to pull your shoulder blades back, so you're going to open your heart, and I'd love your spine to be straight. So you're going to stack one vertebrae at a time above your tailbone. So it comes all the way up to your occipital bone, right at the base of your head. And that energy then travels straight up through the top of your head, out through your crown chakra. And then you're just going to see golden white light now coming down through your third eye, through the top of your head, in between your eyebrows, down through your throat, your heart, your belly, all the way down your legs, out through your feet. And just go ahead and circulate that, so as it goes down through your feet, you're going to connect to the core of the earth. And at the core of the earth, there's this beautiful yellow, orange, red light. It's like a mixture of lava. And that just transforms and cleanses anything that's no longer needed. And you just send that to the light. And then let that light energy, pure and golden, come up through your feet, all the way up to the center of your being, out through the top of your head. And just again, do that a few times, moving that light, just clearing your feet. And then bring in the water element. So just imagine that you're diving into the ocean, just clearing beautiful blue or teal waters, salt water clearing, just melting away, letting go the past, anything that no longer serves you. And then start to create a spaciousness in your mind. You can go ahead and see the deep blue sea color, or you can see the blue sky as if you were to look up into the sky. And you're just going to start to create this space. So space, you could actually bring in the element of air. So just feeling spaciousness. Allowing your breath to create that space in your mind. Just let the space in between your thoughts get bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where your mind starts to become quiet and it settles. And gently it can nestle into the love of your heart. So you find your mind starting to relax, and it just comes into your heart as if that's its home. There's this little nest at the center of your heart, and there's an egg right in the center of that nest, and you just come and lay on it. Just come back home, and just nurturing that egg like it was your child. Nurturing your heart, loving your heart, the center of your being, connected to all. Breathe deep into your belly and feel your heart expand, and bring to mind what unconditional love feels like to you. If it was an image, bring that to mind. And if it was a sound, what would it sound like? to take a deep breath in and smell what unconditional love would smell like. What would you smell? And if you could taste unconditional love, what would it taste like? Good. And if you could feel unconditional love in every cell of your body, just allow that in. And place one hand on your heart and then the other hand on top of your heart. And bring in unconditional love into every cell of your body. And then releasing, letting that love stay. And follow that unconditional love as if it was a spiral going downwards, a tunnel from your heart all the way down to the center. And just follow that spiral. And at the very center of your being, right below your belly button, you're going to see a pebble. And that pebble, as if you were to imagine that pebble dropping down to the very bottom of a lake, it's just going to land right at the center, right at the base, right at the core of your being. And as it does, it ripples out this light, this unconditional love, just like it would if a pebble hit that lake, there'd be a ripple. That's your love. That's your light. Feel your center and then dive back in as if you were to dive back into that water again. Dive deeper. And then feel that pebble at the center. And start to just maybe move your tailbone around and get really comfortable in your center, feeling that light. Sometimes people get a little squirmish or afraid because they realize that light is there. Sometimes that light will illuminate things inside ourselves we may not want to see. All you've got to do is, just like you were sitting on that egg, you just embrace it with love. Embrace your heart with love, knowing that the darkness is just an area where the light hasn't shined yet. So you're just going to turn the light on. Embrace it with love and know that love always has the answer. It is the answer, and it always has the answer. The solution's there. Breathing into that center, connect with the feeling of your knowing. And then I want you to root that feeling as if you were to see roots like a tree growing down into the center of the earth. And you're rooting into what you know. And bring to mind when you have known something, an intuitive knowing that you've had. And that when followed, you were very pleased with the results, that you saw the truth in it. Maybe you knew somebody was lying, or maybe you knew that you needed to take a certain step and you did. Or maybe you knew you shouldn't have and you did anyways, and that was just confirmation of, oh, that was my intuition, no judgment. And then softening your spine, and just if you want to just bring a waterfall of light down through the top of your head, down through your spine, just clearing any old memories, any negativity, any times where you maybe didn't listen to your intuition, but you now need to forgive yourself. Let that water element just take it away, send it to the ocean of love, and then come back refreshed and very clear about what your intuition feels like. We're going to strengthen that light again by expanding it. So where that pebble was, I want you to see the energy continue to ripple and just expand out. And what's going to happen is you're going to fill up the space inside your belly with this golden glow. So it's like a globe of energy inside your belly. Almost has an orangish tone. And it's going to fill out. So that space of your knowing, of your intuitive center is going to get bigger and bigger. So you're just going to fill it out from your belly. And then you're going to move up into your heart. You're going to keep expanding that. Keep expanding it more. And then you're going to move it out to your throat. And you're going to keep expanding it. Just keep filling up and filling out with your light. Good. And then you're going to move up to your mind, so that your intuitive center is now going to come up to your mind and just illuminate your mind. All the thoughts in your mind. Good. And then take it all the way up, out through the top of your head. So what's going to happen is it may carry some old negative thoughts out. You may start to see them releasing. I'm just going to send it up to Source, to the creator of the light of all that is. Just ask that those thoughts, that those beliefs, that the negativity be released and healed by the light. And ask that a new belief, come through, bringing a blessing as if it's being blessed upon your heart and down into your center. You're going to receive a message that represents a new belief. So you may hear, I'm worth it, or I'm whole, or I'm connected. So just listen. And the way you'll receive this is the simple steps. Quiet the mind, open your heart to unconditional love, trust your feelings, drop into your center, and wait. And just listen to receive the blessing. It'll come through as a sound, an inner voice, a vision, or a feeling. Breathe and receive your own heart. And when the message feels complete, you can gently open your eyes. So enjoy your expanded connection. And from this place of center, watch what happens. You're going to feel amazing. It's your natural state, as if you're bringing heaven on earth. So enjoy your beautiful creations, and I will talk to you soon. Namaste.